The Hinterkaifeck Massacre on March 31, 1922. A remote farm in Bavaria, Germany. 6 people are found dead. The killer remained in the house for days. Andreas Gruber and his family lived in isolation. Days before, Andreas told neighbors he found footprints in the snow leading from the forest to the house, but none leading back. The family was lured into the barn one by one and killed with a pickaxe. The killer then moved inside to murder the maid and the 2-year-old grandson in his crib. When neighbors checked on the farm, they found the bodies. Smoke was still rising from the chimney, proving the killer had lived there for 4 days after the crime. The Black Dahlia, January 15, 1947. Los Angeles, California. A vacant lot in Limerick Park. A woman's body is discovered, staged with surgical precision. Elizabeth Short, an aspiring actress, was last seen alive at the Biltmore Hotel. Her disappearance went unnoticed until her body was found 6 days later. The body was severed at the waist, drained of blood, and posed. The killer possessed advanced anatomical knowledge, performing the act with clinical, terrifying accuracy. The LAPD launched one of the largest investigations in history. The case was sensationalized by the media, which dubbed her the Black Dahlia. The investigation was marred by media interference and tampered evidence. It forced a total overhaul in how police managed crime scenes and interacted with the press during high-profile investigation. The Setagaya family murder. December 30, 2000. Setagaya, Tokyo. A family of 4 is slaughtered in their home, but the killer stays to eat, use the computer, and even treat his own wounds. Mikio Miyazawa, his wife Yosuko, and their 2 children were found dead the next morning. The home was in an upper-middle-class neighborhood, and the family was well regarded. The killer entered through a second-floor window. After the murders, he remained in the house for hours. He ate melon and ice cream from the fridge, used the bathroom, and even surfed the internet on the family computer. Investigators recovered an unprecedented amount of forensic evidence, including the killer's DNA, clothing, and even the murder weapon. Despite processing over 12,000 leads, the perpetrator vanished without a trace. This remains one of the most frustrating cases in Japanese history. It led to massive reforms in how the Tokyo Metropolitan Police handled DNA evidence and public appeals for information, keeping the investigation active even decades later. The Somerton Man. December 1, 1948. Somerton Beach, Adelaide, Australia. A well-dressed man is found dead on the sand, all clothing labels removed. The man had no identification. In a hidden pocket, police found a scrap of paper reading, Tamam Shit, Persian for, it is finished, torn from a rare book of poetry. Investigators found a matching book in a nearby car. It contained a handwritten, encrypted code. Despite decades of speculation, the man's identity remained a complete mystery. Theories ranged from a Cold War spy to a jilted lover. The case remained cold for 73 years. In 2022, DNA testing identified the man as Carl Charles Webb. While the identity was solved, the cause of death and the meaning of his final movements remain a permanent historical enigma. The Lead Masks Case. August 20, 1966. Vintam Hill, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. 2 men are found dead, wearing suits, raincoats, and lead-eye masks. The men were electronics technicians. They left home telling their families they were going to buy supplies and equipment. No signs of struggle were present. Beside them lay a water bottle, a wet towel, and a notebook with cryptic instructions. 1630 at the location, 1830 ingest capsules. After effect, protect metals, wait for signal. The cause of death was never officially determined, as the bodies had decomposed too far by the time toxicology tests were conducted. The case highlighted the dangers of fringe group activities. It led to stricter regulation and monitoring of unauthorized occult or pseudoscientific groups in Brazil. The disappearance of Paddy Moriarty. December 16, 2017. Larrimah, Northern Territory, Australia. An elderly man and his dog vanish without a trace overnight. Paddy was a local character in a town of only 11 people. After leaving a local pub on his quad bike with his dog, Kelsey, they were never seen again. Despite an exhaustive search of the harsh outback terrain, no physical evidence, vehicle tracks, or remains were ever located. Tensions within the tiny community rose as suspicions turned toward neighbors, leading to a high-profile coroner's inquest that revealed deep-seated local feuds. This case forced authorities to re-evaluate how they handle missing persons investigations in extremely isolated, tight-knit communities where social silence acts as a barrier to justice. Disappearance of Yéremi Vargas. March 10, 2007. Vecindario, Gran Canaria, Spain. A 7-year-old boy vanishes while playing near his home. Yéremi was playing in a vacant lot near his house. Within minutes of his family looking away, he disappeared into thin air. Despite witnesses seeing a suspicious vehicle, the lack of immediate forensic evidence meant the investigation stalled early, leaving few clues for detectives. The search expanded across Europe, becoming one of Spain's most high-profile missing children cases. The Isdal Woman, November 29, 1970. Isdalen Valley, Norway. A burned body is found, surrounded by multiple fake identities and international espionage theories. Hikers discovered the body in a remote valley. Investigators found the woman had traveled extensively across Europe using multiple passports and aliases. Her belongings were found in abandoned suitcases at a local railway station, with all clothing labels carefully removed, suggesting a deliberate attempt to hide her past. Due to the Cold War climate and the sophistication of her travel documents, theories persisted that she was a foreign spy caught in a compromised mission. The Isdal Woman forced a revolution in how intelligence agencies and local police coordinate on unidentified foreign nationals found in suspicious circumstances.